Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a GMC Yukon Elevation with the Duramax, and this one is an XL. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the National GMC here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with this Yukon. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide, and if you have any questions, by the way, just ask for David. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 3-liter turbo diesel inline 6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 20 around town, 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 305 horsepower and then 495 pound-feet of torque. Now, before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So taking a look at the hood, you can see it's raised there on either side. Popping down below, we've got the C-shaped headlights with this. Lots of chrome trim here on the front end with the Elevation. Fog lights there at the bottom, and then more chrome trim and some blacked out trim as well. Our tire wheel setup is 275 by 60 by 20. You can see the silver mixed with the kind of like satin black there. I think it looks pretty sharp. You got your Duramax 3.0 badge. Yukon down below. This one has the fixed side steps. And then being the XL, this is the extra long version. And then taking a look at the key fob, we've got the GMC logo. We have our lock and unlock, remote start. We've got the opening for the hatch and then just for the window. So I'll pop that open a couple times. Now taking a look at the cargo area, you can see that it is quite spacious with the XL, and this is behind the third row, by the way. Now you've got an outlet here in the back. You can fold down the second row. With the third row, you can raise and lower it via power, which is definitely a nice bit of utility. But yeah, this is the Yukon Suburban. That's a way to look at it. That'll lower the hatch right back down. And then you can see you've got these C-shaped taillights here in the rear. You got your little Elevation badge down below. And that's all for the exterior. Keyless entry here for the rear. Nice soft touch trim up top. This is kind of interesting with the trim down below. But more of that stitching and everything down below. Speaker for the Bose sound system. Got the seat folded down. But anyways, third row. So you still have nice trim there with these seats in the third row. And you notice you've got the flat floor there. So you've got plenty of room up top. You've got vents as well. And then as for this, pretty easy to get it back into place. Just kind of pull it up with one arm. You get the nice piping and everything. I guess that's one thing in third row doesn't have is the nice piping on the seats. You notice there's lots of adjustability here with the seats as well. And this isn't all the way back. You can slide it back a little bit. So if I just pull that and push back, tons of legroom. Got TVs in the back with this one. Heated seats, USB ports. We got our own climate zone as well. Keyless entry up front, and got soft touch there down below too. All of our window controls, no front or automatic. Mirrors power fold in. You got memory seats. Blind spot with mirrors in this one. Payload is 1393, and then our towing capacity on this one is 7,700 pounds. And here's the front seat, more of that piping all over, perforated in the center. Power adjustments on the side. And then here we've got our function for the 360 camera. You got your parking sensors, auto stop start, lane departure, stability control, hill descent, parking assist, trailer brake controls, light controls there. This does have an advanced 4-wheel drive system, and you got a drive mode select as well. And we'll start her up. This Elevation is very well equipped. GMC logo in the center there, but Super Cruise, which is nice. That's why you got this little thing at the top of the steering wheel. Paddle shifters down the back. We also have radio controls. Got your turn signal, windshield wiper stalk. This has a column shifter now. And then we have our controls for the center stack as well as our heated steering wheel function. Now you will note that there is a bit of glare with the screen. It's kind of what happens when you go for an all blacked out screen. So the camera will struggle to focus a bit too. But it gives you an idea of the real life. Anyways, you can change what this displays. It's very customizable. It can have a nav screen. There's a lot of different items that you can put there depending on what you want to see information wise. Now this does also come with a 360 camera system, and it's got good resolution. So I think that's a positive. And then as for the infotainment system itself, it's pretty quick to respond. As you can see, it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And then at the bottom here we've got our dual zone climate controls. Heated and ventilated seats come with this as well. And so you got a little analog control there for the volume too. But yeah, lots of touchscreen. Storage up top. Nice stitching all across the dash there. Phone charging pad, we've got some cup holders here, big center console, nice trim on the top, camera, rear view mirror, and then we do have a panoramic sunroof as well. So here's our window sticker for this Yukon XL. You guys can see the base MSRP, and this one, like I said, has a lot of options added to it. Total MSRP on this one is $86,620. And let's see how it performs. Gotta love diesels, right? I will say, GM is genius for still offering a diesel. Going through the pains of getting a little diesel approved here in the US market, I think it's definitely paying off, because now nobody else can really compete with them with these full-size SUVs. The fuel range that you get with the diesel is so impressive. And that's the big thing is, right, we all know the maintenance is going to be more in diesels, and diesel, it depends on the cost of diesel, but a lot of time it doesn't really save you money at the pump. But yeah, if you can drive long distances without ever having to worry about filling up, it's definitely a big plus. These seats are pretty comfortable. I will say, I'm not a huge fan of a lot of features being built into the screen. I think that automakers need to consider calming down on that a little bit, but the screen's responsive enough that it's not that big of a deal. Man, where's all this traffic? Oh, everyone's getting off of work. I'm like, where is this traffic coming from? But that makes a lot more sense. Gosh, I love the torque that this thing provides. Now, I actually drove a Denali earlier today with the air suspension, and I can tell you, even without the air suspension, this is still a very comfortable vehicle. Yeah, so much torque. It's very smooth too. Inline sixes are just inherently smooth. And the ride's pretty good. It's independent suspension all around, which helps out with the fact that this is body on frame, so you're not going to have as good of a handling experience. But the nice thing about independent suspension with body on frame is you get a very comfortable ride. The frame isolates a lot of the bumps and everything, and the independent suspension further isolates them. And that's why if you get one of these with air suspension, it's like very comfortable. But even this with standard springs, it's still a very comfortable vehicle. Yeah, the torque is so good. The LZO is such a great powertrain. So with this XL version, again, you're getting a Suburban. This is like the ultimate people mover. You've got space in the back for cargo, space for people, and this also just has tons and tons of torque and range. And this is the type of vehicle, like, people in Utah, a lot of them will go down to like St. George because it's lower elevation and it's south, so it's just a warmer, nicer place. Not necessarily in the summer. In the summer it's a little bit too hot, but anyway, it's still a fun place to go. You could go from Salt Lake to St. George and back and still not have to fill up. Like, that is, in my opinion, very appealing. Gosh, you gotta love that torque. It is so fun. Let me know what you guys think about the new diesel Yukon XL, but I think this is the ultimate people mover, and it shows that Ford and Jeep with the Wagoneer and Toyota with the Sequoia, they're all missing the boat. People want diesels.